All right. Good morning, everyone. Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, here's your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Windsor Johnston. Airlines have canceled more than 1,000 flights in the United States today as a powerful winter storm makes its way from the Rockies and Great Plains into the Midwest. NPR's David Schaefer reports the storm is expected to impact two-thirds of the country ahead of the holiday travel weekend.
The National Weather Service urges people heading out to exercise extreme caution as this massive frigid system brings significant snowfall, powerful winds, and life-threatening cold.
I think it's fun.
The temperatures in some places falling by 20 to 40 degrees in just minutes to well below zero. Meteorologist Mike Pardue is with the National Weather Service's Chicago office.
With near blizzard conditions expected, especially as folks travel regionally for the holiday,
Near blizzard conditions.
Aware
Everybody go
that
up.
if they become potentially stranded, that if they're stranded for a few hours or more, they're also going to be stranded in extreme winds, extreme wind chills, single-digit
Extreme
temperatures.
winds, extreme
And
wind
that,
chill.
he says, could be
Let's
deadly.
just
David
keep
Schaefer,
on,
NPR, Chicago.
The Biden
Feeding it with
administration
words.
is sending a highly sophisticated air defense weapon to Ukraine as its forces continue to fight back against Russian aggression. NPR's Tom Bowman
as they hunker
reports
down
it's
and try to
called
stay
the
warm.
Patriot.
It's kind of now the gold standard for air defense is it can hit a target from as far away as 100 miles and altitudes up to 79,000 feet. It has a sophisticated radar that can track multiple targets. Now, during the 1991 Gulf War, it didn't work that well, actually, and improvements were made over the years. And so now it's really in high demand.
NPR's Tom Bowman reporting the Patriot
it didn't
missile
work out so
system
good,
is
so now
part
it's in
of
high
a
demand.
nearly $2 billion
Right.
package
That's
of weapons that
great
President Biden announced on Wednesday. Israel's incoming Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's formed a coalition government with religious and far-right parties. NPR's Daniel Estrin
What parties
reports
are
it
these?
could be sworn in
Are they on
as
the
early
ballot?
as next week.
Netanyahu spent weeks in tough negotiations with Jewish ultranationalist and Orthodox religious parties to convince them to join his coalition government. His government will be Israel's most right-wing government in history, with cabinet
Don't worry,
ministers
the
who are
United States
openly
will follow.
hostile to
They're
Palestinians
dumb.
and progressive issues, and who
Okay, the
seek to
United
limit
States
the
is not
powers
dumb,
of the
but
Supreme
the people we
Court.
got in charge.
Next week, Parliament will begin the process
Need
of
to head
swearing
to
in
that.
the new government. The deadline is January 2nd. Russian President Vladimir Putin called Netanyahu and congratulated him. Netanyahu told him he hopes the war can end soon. They were close allies before Russia's war on Ukraine. Netanyahu has said recently he'd have to consider his new government's position on Russia. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
Stocks are trading sharply lower on Wall Street at this hour. The Dow is down 391 points. The Nasdaq down 218. You're listening to NPR News in Washington. The World Health Organization says it's concerned about an increasing number of new
the better way this
coronavirus
Ukraine thing
infections
could've
in
went down,
China. The
in my
country
opinion.
recently scaled back its zero
that's weird.
COVID policy, warning that its lagging vaccination rate could result in a large number of
We're
cases.
just giving
A
money to
hospital
Russia.
in Shanghai has
to
told
stop
its staff to prepare for a
war
quote
and do
tragic
peace talks.
battle with the
They've been
virus, warning
Of course
that
they wouldn't
half
have
of
been.
the city's 25 million
All
people
the money
could get
that the United
infected
States
by
is gonna
the
get for
end of next week.
Exportation of
Meanwhile,
coal
the
and
same
gas.
COVID-19 variant that's been linked to the major outbreak in China
I know
has
why they
now
did it.
been
That's why they
detected
did it,
in
but-
India. Raksha Kumar reports the Indian government is taking additional
crooked,
steps to
wrong.
curb new infections.
Indian
shouldn't have done it.
authorities have restarted random testing of international
Just like when they
arrivals at the
Building
country's
the pipeline
airports. They're
over the
also doing
natives'
genomic
waterlands,
sequencing of COVID
waterways.
samples and say the
Shouldn't have been
variant wrecking
Or there should be
havoc
some
in
secure
China
measure where
has also turned up in at
they
least two Indian
double
states.
barrel that
Overall
pipeline
cases
right there
have
or
declined
something.
here for
So-
several
and
months,
have sensors
and the
in it
latest tally
to
did
determine
not
a
show
leak.
an uptick. But India's health
Or
minister
maybe
is
have a holding
nevertheless
container
advising
near the
people to wear
waterways that
masks
if it
in
leaks, it
crowded
goes into
areas.
that.
More than 90% of eligible Indians are vaccinated
something. They
against
should
the
take extra
coronavirus,
precautions
but only 27% have
around
received
waterways.
booster shots. For NPR
Waterways
News,
is
I'm
really-
Raksha Kumar in Mumbai.
Stocks continue to trade sharply lower on Wall Street at this hour. The Dow Jones Industrial Average now down
matter is,
395
the government makes money off
points.
of
The
debt.
Nasdaq down
Sick.
224. The S&P down 57 points.
So
This
they don't
is NPR News.
They're greedy.
Sometimes it is tough to keep up with everything going on in American politics. The ups, the downs, the ins and outs, the decisions and
That's
policies.
exactly why they just
We
passed
get it. At the NPR
4,000
Politics
page bill
Podcast,
through
we'll break
in
things
just a
down so that
few
you
days.
can make meaning out of all the
Was it
noise,
3 days?
get clarity
I don't
on what decisions are being made and how they matter to
The
you.
way that
Every
stuff got
weekday
read.
on the NPR Politics Podcast.
In NASA news, media accreditation is now open for the launch of the 6th SpaceX
For
commercial
great
crew mission
Christmas
to the
bonuses,
International
yeah.
Space Station for NASA. NASA will host a media teleconference at 11 a.m. EST on Thursday, December 22nd,
And
to
the
discuss the
interest rate
ongoing
is
investigation of an external
continually
leak that occurred December 14th. From the Roscosmos Soyuz MS-22
They care so
spacecraft
much
docked to the
about
Riskiet module of the International Space Station. NASA's InSight mission has ended after more than 4 years of collecting unique science on Mars. NASA has selected Space Exploration Technologies, SpaceX, of Hawthorne, California, to provide
Fact,
launch services for the
biggest war
Sentinel-60 mission.
against our countrymen and countrywomen, country people.
NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station will conduct a spacewalk on
Steady
Wednesday, December
increasing interest
21st,
rates.
to install a rollout solar array to increase electrical power in support of operations and
And-
scientific research. In weather,
Passing
in
bills
Seattle,
through.
there's a winter storm
weren't
watch
even
in
read.
effect Thursday, December 22nd, 4 p.m. to Friday, December 23rd, 7 p.m.
That's from our own
The
government.
current weather is 19 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Today's forecast has cold temperatures
Major war
with a
in the
high
United
of 22
States. That's
degrees
it.
and a
From
low
our
of
own
21
government.
degrees.
Against his own
From
people.
NASA, media accreditation is now open for the launch of the 6th SpaceX commercial crew mission to the International Space Station for NASA. NASA will host a media teleconference at 11 a.m. EST on Thursday, December 22nd, to discuss the ongoing investigation of an external leak that occurred December 14th. From the Roscosmos Soyuz MS-22 spacecraft docked to the Riskiet module of the International Space Station. NASA's InSight mission has ended after more than 4 years of collecting unique science on Mars.
They collected unique science on Mars.
NASA has selected Space
they're not even
Exploration
collecting rocks,
Technologies,
they're just collecting
SpaceX, of
science.
Hawthorne, California, to provide launch services for the Sentinel-6B mission. NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station will conduct a spacewalk on Wednesday, December
Oh,
21st,
new
to install a
spacewalk schedule.
rollout solar array to increase electrical power in support of operations and scientific research. That's all for
So,
your flash
It's not really a
briefing.
spacewalk, it's a job. That's what I heard. I don't know what you heard. Alright, Amazon. Give us a joke. Oh wow, that's so funny. Amazon, tell us a joke.
Where did the naughty cat put its Christmas gift? Under the tree, wrapped in a litter box.
No. You don't wrap a gift with a litter box. That doesn't work. You can wrap the litter box. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible joke. Alright. Have a good day. Peace.